Good morning, respected teachers. Today I, Manya Gupta of MTech CSC second year, is going to give a presentation on the topic Denial of Service Attack Detection in Software Defined Wireless Sensor Network. The outline of the presentation is here as follows. So let me first brief you about what I have done in my research. Software-defined wireless sensor networking has emerged as a new networking approach for future internet architecture. SDWSN is a writing networking system that aims to simplify network management and configuration. With the help of SDWSN, we have the power of programming the network control plane. Our main objective is to detect denial of service attack in SDWSN by proposing a very lightweight and well as effective solution in terms of resources which it uses. Basically, this research proposes entropy scheme for denial of service attack detection in SDWSN architecture. Now comes upon the introduction. What SDWSN is? Software-defined wireless sensor networking is a network computing paradigm for applying software-defined network strategies to wireless sensor networks with the purpose to improve their technological application. Basically, SDWSN consists of two different networks, that is SDN and WSN. SDN is software-defined network and WSN is wireless sensor network. In order to overcome the advantages of these networks, SDWSN have been proposed. SDWSN have been proposed with the objective that WSN can particularly profit from SDN. Now coming on the architecture of SDWSN. It consists of three layers, that is application layer, control plane and data plane layer. The data plane layer includes a set of sensor nodes which senses the data and then forward it in the network. The control layer includes the controller which controls the entire network. The application layer of SDWSN includes diverse applications of WSN such as routing, security, load balancing, etc. Now, what is denial of service attack? Denial of service attack is an attack meant to shut down a machine or network, making it inaccessible to its intended users. The concept is to send more traffic to network address than the programmers have built the system to handle. Basically, it is an attempt to make a computer resource unavailable to its intended users and causing the computing power or memory of a victim machine too busy or too full to handle the legitimate request. These attacks are meant to force the target to stop the service by flooding it with illegitimate requests. There are many types of denial of service attacks which are listed in the figure. The first one is jamming. Jamming, it is a form of attack in which malicious nodes block legitimate communication by causing interference in the network. Then tampering. Tampering, it is a form of attack in which certain parameters in the URL form field data entered by a user are changed without that user's authorization. Collision. It occurs in the data link layer, uses weaker hash functions. Then flooding. It occurs when a host sends a flood of TCP packets, often with a forged sender address. And so on to data integrity attack. Data integrity attack. In this attack, a file is accessed without authorization and altered to reflect some information other than what authorized users intend. How to defend denial of service attack? There are basically 4 steps of defending the denial of service attack. First is preventing the attack. By preventing the attack, we mean to stop the attack before it can reach the victim. This refers to the technique to stop the attack before it can even reach the victim. For example, the traffic can be filtered before it reaches its destination. The second one is detect the attack. These attacks are easily detected since the victim services suffer degradation from their normal characteristics. But false positives are a concern. A denial of service attack doesn't have necessarily to use incorrect packets to launch an attack. So the attack traffic could look very similar to legitimate traffic. The next one is identify the attacker. As there is no easy way to mitigate the traffic at the source since the routers usually know only the next step of the path. Here, software-defined network provides a better alternative to block this kind of attack since the OpenFlow controller has a global view of the network which allows it to trace back the traffic coming to the victim and be able to identify the possible attackers and block them from the network. Then at last we can react to the attack. This reaction to the attack tries to eliminate or minimize the effects of the attack once it has started and minimizes the loss of legitimate traffic while running a mitigation scheme. This is all about denial of service attacks and their types and how we can defend it. Now coming to the papers that I have surveyed for my topic. First paper is Software-Defined Wireless Sensor Network, a survey. Software-defined networking has emerged as a new networking approach for our future internet architecture. It is introduced with the goal to simplify the network management by separating the data and the control planes. This paper also gives the concept of software-defined wireless sensor network, including their operations, for example, topology, discovery and routing decisions that are different from wireless sensor networks. The second one is analysis of SDN-based security challenges and solution approaches or SDWS usage. This paper performed analysis of existing literature that focuses on the SDWS security challenges and the issue that could emanate from user mobility, multiple operators, northbound and southbound APIs, application interfaces, overheads and compatibility. This paper aims to explore and analyze some of the security challenges faced by the SDWSN. The next one is traffic load minimization in software-defined wireless sensor networks. It proposes a flow splitting optimization algorithm for solving the problem of traffic load minimization in SDWSN. It presents a Levenberg algorithm which is used for solving the optimization problems of traffic load. It also implements the flow splitting optimization algorithm in NS2 simulator and gives extensive simulation results to verify the efficiency of flow splitting optimization algorithm in software-defined wireless sensor networks. Then the next paper is the research on software-defined wireless sensor network data forwarding method based on a vector address. It is based on the SDN-WISE architecture. A rule action forwarding strategies derived from the OpenFlow is derived from the WSN. This paper uses the data forwarding methods of the SDN and applies it to the sensor networks to improve the network performance and optimize the sensor network. The next one is comparative study of artificial intelligence based intrusion detection for software-defined wireless sensor networks. This paper highlights the overview of software-defined network and implementation of the specification-based intrusion detection system to deploy secure software-defined network. This paper proposes a robust framework for intrusion detection system by integrating the information gained for minimizing the features and modifying Naive-based techniques for effective detection of intruders. Our next paper is Understanding the Performance of Software-Defined Wireless Sensor Networks under Denial of Service Attack. In this work, we perform a traffic analysis of software-defined wireless sensor networks in order to gain understanding of the network's performance when it is under certain type of denial of service attacks. In this, we consider three different types of denial of service scenarios of increasing aggressiveness. First, the fast flow request denial of service attack. Second, false data flow forwarding denial of service attack, and third one is false neighbor information passing denial of service attack. The next paper is on a review of artificial intelligence based intrusion detection for software defined wireless sensor network. In this paper, the cryptography schemes as well as the security threats related to SDWSNs are identified. The artificial intelligence techniques used to detect intrusions in SDWSNs are presented. Three categories of artificial intelligence techniques can be used to monitor the security in SDWSN in order to detect intrusion, that is, traditional supervised training, semi-supervised learning techniques, and deep learning approach. Our next paper is SDN-WISE, a software-defined wireless sensor network. This paper presents a software, SD-WISE, that is a software-defined wireless sensor networking solution for wireless sensor network. SD-WISE extends the software-defined networking SDN approach to WSN by introducing a more flexible way to define flows as well as the possibility to control the duty cycles of the node radios to increase energy efficiency. It also enables new network function virtualization in wireless sensor networks. It also leverages the tight interplay between trusted hardware and software to support regulation. Next, in network performance measurements for software-defined wireless sensor networks. SDWSN paradigm improves wireless sensor networks resource sharing, flexibility, and management. Many contributions of this paper is a performance monitoring module for IT-SDN or an SDWSN framework. The main work related to the metric monitoring is TinySDN. TinySDN is a software-defined measurement architecture for WSN that allows metrics to be collected dynamically. The evaluation of TinySDN was based on the comparison of tree measure tools, that is path, delay, and data collecting information. Our next paper is about software-defined wireless sensor network in smart grids. An overview. With the development of Internet of Things and wireless sensor networking technologies, smart grid concept is becoming more attractive, whereby it refers to upgrading conventional power grid infrastructure in order to offer automated control over the resources and emerging technologies in smart and sustainable cities. SDN paradigm provides two powerful networking solutions, namely decoupling control from the data layer and network programmability, which can enhance the robustness of communication networks in modern societies. Our next paper is a load balancing routing mechanism based on SDWSN in smart cities. This paper proposes a load balancing mechanism based on SDWSN. This mechanism utilizes the advantages of a centralized control SDN and flexible traffic scheduling. The open flow protocol is used to monitor the running status and link load information of the network in real time. Next paper is an energy efficient algorithm using layered heads of software defined wireless sensor networks. Minimizing energy consumption in wireless sensor networks is now essential and challenging. In this paper, we propose the concept of layered heads using which the energy consumption is optimized. Drawback identified in this paper is that each node can send the data in a hope to sync, which may not be possible. In order to reduce the energy utilization, the concept of layer head is proposed. Experimental results shows that the proposed approach reduces the energy consumption without compromising the complexity of the algorithm. Now coming on the motivation. The SDWSN model will bring about the efficiency that the WSNs have not yet achieved due to their inherent constraints, such as security issue, limited energy, lack of memory. SDWSN also helps in effective traffic monitoring because SDWSN controller have direct or indirect control over entire network traffic, so it can potentially detect any abnormal traffic. Software-defined wireless sensor network is a promising network paradigm that separates the control plane and the data plane in the network. The controller is an important part of the SDWSN. The role of the controller is to form the packet and decide either to keep the packet or drop it. Now, proposed methodology. Firstly, what kind of implementation tool I have used for my research. I use Mininet. Mininet is developed in Python and C. In the connection with the controller functionality, it is possible to model the SDN environment with various topologies. The Mininet which we utilize in our research is a software package which permits a complete network comprising of virtual hosts, controllers, switch and links to be generated and emulated on a single PC. Mininet connects hosts and switches using virtual Ethernet pairs. In Mininet, a number of new apps like Firewall and Load Balancer are formed and tested. Some of the features of Mininet are that it is very cheap, quickly accessible, and can be reinstalled easily or rather than hardware testing tools like Fire, etc. As compared to simulators such as NS3, Mininet runs real, unmodified code. Controller. Here in this research I use POX controller. The POX controller is a Java based open flow controller. It can be advantageous for developers because it offers them the ability to easily develop applications. POX is a very lightweight, quick controller tool and run on Python programming language. POX is a very useful tool for rapid prototyping and experimentation and hence is a very useful for research, experimentation, demonstration as well as learning SDWSN concepts. That is the main reason we are using this controller in this research. Now OpenVSwitch. It is a software program or hardware device that forwards packets in a SDWSN environment. OpenFlow switches are compatible with OpenFlow protocol. Now, the flowchart of our detection method. Here, packet in step shows that a new packet has arrived with a new source address. Firstly, we check the destination IP address to see if the destination IP address has an instance in our window. If it does, we increase the count for that IP address. Otherwise, it will be added as a new IP address. If in the next step we check if we have the 50th packet, if we do, the entropy of the window will be computed. Lastly, the entropy is compared to the threshold. If it is higher than the preset threshold, we go back to step 1, waiting for the new packet. Here, the count for the consecutive lower than threshold entropies is set to 0. This is done to clear the count if there was a lower than threshold entropy but had not reached 5. If the entropy is lower than the threshold, we can increase the count for the consecutive lower than threshold entropies. If the count is 5, an attack is detected. In this, it is done with addition of two functions is the controller. The first one is when a new packet in message arrives and it accepts the destination IP address as an argument. And the second function is used to compute the entropy. This is our flowchart. This is how our flowchart runs. Emulated topology. Using Mininet, a tree-type network of depth 2 with 9 switches and 64 hosts was created. This figure shows the network. Open Virtual Switch was used for network switches. OVS is a software switch that runs both on hardware and software. For this work, there is no difference between OpenFlow and OVS switch. Both do the same job and both are supported in Mininet. In this figure, all the switches refers to the OpenFlow enabled switches. Now coming upon the conclusion. Securing the system software of SDWSN by recognizing the denial of service attack was the central point of this study. The main analysis in identifying the threat to the controller is its early detection. The key contribution of this research study is recommend a lightweight and straightforward distributed denial of service attack detection approach depend upon the entropy so as to secure the controller. Use Mininet and POX controller for implementing the proposed mechanism. Show how denial of service attack can overpower the controller in software-defined wireless networks design. Then references. Thank you.